Alright, so welcome to the video for lesson number 11, finding unknown angles. So these were just a little bit more challenging questions than the ones that we did previously. Let's take a look at number 1. So for number 1, it tells us that we have two line segments, and it tells us that they intersect at a point, point E. So the first thing I would do after reading that first sentence would be actually draw a picture. So if I draw a picture here of AB and CD intersecting at E, then I can start to look at the angles that they're actually telling us about. So the first angle is AEC, so that's this angle here. And they told us that angle is 4x minus 28. The next angle they give us is angle BEC, which is over here, and is 3x plus 20. So these two angles wind up being a linear pair or supplementary. So that tells me that I could add them up and set them equal to 180. So I have 4x minus 28 plus 3x plus 20 is equal to 180. If I combine some like terms, I have 7x minus 8 equals 180. If I add 8 to both sides, I get 7x equals 188. If I divide both sides by 7, I get my x value. Now, in this question, the x value is not the answer. This also probably should have said round, because it is a decimal. So let's just round to the nearest whole number, so 27. If this was on a test or a quiz, it would tell you exactly what to round to. Now, they want us to find angle AED. Now, I'm going to label that with a different color here in our picture. AED is this angle here, which is equal to this angle CEB or BEC. So when they're asking us to find that angle, we first need to use what we know about angle BEC to find angle AED. So if I plug into angle BEC, I know angle BEC is 3 times 27 plus 20. So if I do 3 times 27 plus 20, well, that gives me an angle of 101. So angle BEC is 101 degrees. Well, that tells me that AED is the same as that. So then I can say angle AED is 101 degrees. Number 2 is actually a Regents question. They gave us this picture. We have a couple triangles, and we have some odd looking shape here. But we can kind of get everything that we need to know out of this picture. So it tells us that we have this triangle. One of the angles is 90. And if I just look at the big triangle for a second here, the big triangle, triangle JEA, well, we know a little bit about it. We know this is 48. We know this is 90. So if I do 180 minus 90 minus 48, I get 42. So this angle J up here is 42, which I'll also put in this picture. The next thing we're able to look at is this linear pair here. So if I do 180 minus 59, well, that leaves me with 121 degrees. So that angle is 121. Now let's look at the kind of odd-shaped triangle. Triangle JMS. We have a 121 angle and a 42 angle, and we want to find this last angle. This is angle JSM. JSM is here, which would also be here in my secondary picture. So if I take 180, because it's a triangle, subtract 121 and 42, well, whatever that leaves me with, that's going to wind up giving me the angle that I'm looking for. So if I do 180 minus 121 minus 42, I get 17. So that means angle JSM is 17 degrees. Don't forget your degree symbol, and don't forget to label your answer. Some of you on the quick quiz forgot to actually put the answer that you were looking for. Okay, You had it labeled in your picture, but they didn't actually show the answer. The last one gives us angles of a triangle. Ratios, again, every time we see this, I know for some of you this stresses you out, but just rewrite it 2x, 7x, 9x. And it says determine the measure of the largest angle. So if each one of those represents an angle, this would be the smallest, this would be the medium sized angle, and this would be the largest angle. I know those three angles are going to add up to be 180 degrees. If I combine some like terms, I wind up having 18x equals 180 divided by 18, and we get x is equal to 10. If x is equal to 10, I have 2 times 10 in ratio to 7 times 10 in ratio to 9 times 10. So my angles are 20, 70, and 90. The largest angle is 90 degrees. The last thing it says is, what does this measure tell you about the triangle? Well, if I have a triangle with an angle of 90 degrees, we know this is a right triangle. That's your homework. Pretty straightforward. Again, don't let the ratios scare you, right? The pictures, sometimes just by drawing the separate pictures or separate little triangles helps, right? And anytime they don't give you a picture, make sure you draw one. It definitely helps you. All right, hopefully these videos are helping. Let's give a shout out to some of my students that started to follow me. All right, so if you want to follow this channel, that might help. This way you get updates on the videos. All right, have a good night.